All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Bring the Juice podcast. Today we are starting off with a hot episode. I got Thomas Graham Jr. from the Cleveland Browns on the pod.
First we gonna rock, then we gonna fold, then we let it pop, don't let it go.
Before we continue more with Bring the Juice, got to give a quick shout out to our support at Manscaped. Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming. I mean, these products, they are precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. When I say this, I'm not just blowing smoke. I have it. I use it. I'm hardcore about it. Join over 8 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped for this exclusive offer just for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Use code BRINGTHEJUICE at manscaped.com. That's BRINGTHEJUICE at manscaped.com. 20% off, free shipping. If my math is correct, calculator, that's 16 million balls. The Performance Package 4.0 is what I use personally. It comes with the lawnmower trimmer, the weed whacker for your ear and your nose, the crop preserver. It's the ball deodorant. Keeps the family jewels smelling nice. A little freshness. The Crop Reviver Toner. Maybe you're going on a night out, maybe a little refresh. The Performance Boxer Briefs. I actually have those on right now. And what else comes in that? Oh, yeah. And then they got a travel bag that comes with it. But, this Manscaped 4.0 package, it is the thing to do. Check out Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Use code BRINGTHEJUICE. 20% off, free shipping. I've talked about how I recently got married, and I used that to get me right for my wedding. Things have been good. 9 weeks in, still going strong. Referenced a buddy about it. Guess what? Now he thinks he's a faster swimmer because he uses Manscaped. He's thinking about going to the Olympics because his hair is now removed because of Manscaped, and he's swimming that much faster. Manscaped.com. Use code BRINGTHEJUICE. 20% off, free shipping. Get right, boys. Thomas, what's good, brother? Good to have you on the studio.
Man, thank you for bringing me out. The man, the myth, the legend. You feel me? I'm in the building now.
I ain't shit, man. But I appreciate you being here. We were talking earlier a little bit. Oregon Ducks, went to the Bears, now in Cleveland. Let's talk about the journey. First of all, I know at one point, I do my research. From LA.
Inland Empire.
Inland Empire. I know people are very specific about the IE. Yeah. From the IE,
yes,
let them know.
Sir.
And originally was committed to SC, ended up going to Oregon though. Yeah. Why the switch?
You see, most people around me know, but I dreamed of going to USC. Like, you feel me? After this, I'll send you a pictures. Like, I used to wear the USC Reggie Bush jersey till the numbers fell off. So,
of course,
boom, grew up, still SC'd out. Then one of the people that like kind of helped mentor me, Sue Cravens, Chris Hawkins, they both went to USC. So I'm just like, USC it is. My sister, her last year track, she signed before, but she went to USC, and I'm just like, oh yeah, our dream that we pictured growing up is about to come true. We'll go to college together, go to USC, and then I already committed. I went to the only actual school outside of Alabama that I had to go to, and this is after the fact, but I had to go to the camp to get the offer, because like this time period, I'm the number 2 corner in California. I'm just like, oh yeah, like why aren't they offering me? Like I'm getting offers from everybody else but USC. Went to the camp, balled out. Coach Hayward that ended up coaching me at Oregon. He was just like, you feel me? I want you, but we just got to get you to camp. Went there. Did what I had to do. It was on my mom's birthday, actually. You feel me? Got the SC offer, called her. Like, hey, Mom, I got the offer. Steve Sarkisian was right there. He was just like, here, you feel me? Yes, Miss Graham, you feel me? Your son has the offer. I'm just like, oh my God, like a dream is come true. Fast forward a year later. After the next year, Steve Sarkisian ended up getting fired from USC. Right. Helton gets a job, but me and Helton already had a relationship, so I was still fine with that. But it was a whole new defensive staff. At first, it was Wilcox and Hayward, and then it ended up becoming Clancy and Bradford.
Okay.
And I just, on Wednesday, went up there, first day of spring ball. I'm a local kid, you feel me? Sure. Dad pulled me out of school a little early. Head up know. To a USC practice, and then, you feel me? I'm just like, this is going to be amazing. Boom. Got in the meeting, got to sit with them, went through the whole day with them. My sister had a track meet because spring ball at the same time as track season.
Yep.
Had a track meet that Saturday. You feel me? It was like USC usually has a meet like there every year, like to start the year off. Boom, go there. My sister ran good. But on my way into the stadium, you feel me? I'm going and I see Bradford. He sees me. He looks at me. He acts like he doesn't know who I am. But right next to me was one of my 7-on-7 coaches, Armand Hawkins, which is his son was Chris Hawkins. So he was at SC. We literally like we're gonna go to the practice right after. Like he looks at me, acts like he don't know who I am.
Huh.
I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, you feel me? This how it is.
And I took that personally.
Oh, very personal. Like my decision on picking my college was based on like
that encounter.
That encounter right there. I had to play USC.
Wow.
Like, if I didn't play USC, I couldn't go to your school. Like it was that simple. Like you feel me? It was personal, very personal. So like he looked at me, act like he didn't know who I was, and I was just like, all right. Like, I told my dad. Then we kind of started shopping around. I was still committed at the time.
Right.
Started shopping around. Coach Dante ended up coaching me. He's actually at SC now. The only reason why I go back up there now. That's my guy for life. But you feel me? He was at Arizona at the time. And then Todd Light was at Notre Dame. I liked both of them. You feel me? So I told my dad, I'm going to decommit. And then people don't know, but I silently committed to both schools. So I was silently committed to Arizona and Notre Dame. So like those are going to be my final two.
Right.
And then once that happened, I was just like, all right, like, you feel me? This is my final decision. I called. And then before I did it, I called Hawk. I was like, what do? He was just like, don't call Helton. Whatever you do, don't call Helton. I'm like, why? He was like, because you're going to be sitting on the phone for an hour. I'm like, all right, bet. I got you. So then I called Bradford. I told him I'm decommitting. Like, you feel me?
Was he pissed?
No. And then I ended up finding out. So Chris Hawkins was there on the board. On their board, I'm number one. Like, I'm the number one corner. It was me and Darnay Holmes. So it's like, well, the three people was me, Darnay Holmes, and Jalen Johnson. We were the three corners in our class that they were going to get, and then the fourth one was Diamond Illinois, which ended up being my teammate at Oregon. Right. So us four, they was trying to get. And, like, you feel me? They didn't even, Chris was like, it's crazy. It was like, y'all four number one on our board, but we all talking.
Right.
SC's not recruiting none of us hard. Like,
right.
And we're number one. Literally, no matter what site you went to, there was no four of having anybody ranked higher than us four as USC targets. And all of us, they all tried to recruit us late. Yeah. Like, you feel me? We was like, we're the
What's going
best
on
people
here?
in the
What's going on
country.
here?
And you trying to recruit, like, none of us late. But you feel me? We end up all getting drafted into the NFL, and you feel me?
Right.
I don't want to speak on that class, but we know what happened to them.
So okay, you decommitted. You have two other schools that aren't Oregon, though, on the radar. How did Oregon become the one?
So Diamond Illinois, we was a package deal. So like most of our first,
you said like, hey, I go where he goes, he goes where I go.
Yeah. So majority of our first offers were the same. So like it was a couple that was different, but majority of our like offer list ends up being the same. And then he committed. Him and my high school teammate Jalen Red, both of them commit early to Oregon.
Okay.
And then like, you feel me? I go through a high school season. I'm telling them like, you feel me? I'm not. What's the name? And I got my 5 set. No writers hit me about nothing about college. I don't know where I'm going. Right. I take my 5 official visits. And then I'm like, now at this point, I'm really feeling Notre Dame, UCLA, Arizona, Oregon, and then Arizona State. But my thing was, I didn't want to go to a school where I felt like head coach was going to get fired. So, you feel me? At the time, Oregon only had 25 coaching changes, like throughout the whole staff in like 25 years. Yeah. Like, you feel me? Which is crazy in college football.
I feel like, is that a lot?
No. Like,
really?
You feel me? Like, that's
I feel like Fresno State only has like 11 or something like that.
But like at the time, like for a Power 5 school, like you had way more than that. So like, you feel me? And the majority of their hires and coaching changes was in-house. Like Helfrich came from a GA all the way to a head coach. Like
that's crazy.
Through the University of Oregon. So I was just like, Oregon, you feel me? I have a stable head coach there. You feel me? Then I was looking at Arizona. I was just like, you feel me? He might be on the radar because the last 2 seasons hasn't been too good. Arizona State, he was already on the hot seat. Right. Then UCLA, Jim Moore was on the hot seat. So I was just like, schools I really want to go to is really now between Oregon and Notre Dame, if we go, be honest, with keeping a head coach. And then Kelly came to the house. And like he kind of sat on the edge of the table and acted like, you feel me? Like my house is like 30 kind of. I was like, bruh, like what's good? Like, you feel me? Like, you literally, I'm about to sit here. I'm really about to go to Notre Dame. Like, right. All you got to do is have a good in-home visit. Like,
is that what it is?
And he felt the in-home visit. And then me and my mom was like on the same thing. My dad was like, no, you're going to Notre Dame. He was sold on Notre Dame.
It's an OG
but just
staple
think
of
about
college
this.
football. Yeah.
Say if, like, you feel me, Notre Dame, like, or say Jerry Rice went to Notre Dame, right? Sure. And they had Jerry Rice talk to your dad. They had Tim Brown, like, call my dad's a big Raiders fan. Sure. Had him call and talk to him on the phone because Todd Light played with him. So my dad was just like, you feel me, like I got to talk to somebody I idolized growing up. You feel me? I don't blame him because you feel me. If somebody got me a chance, you feel me, like. If I was a recruit now, if Deion Sanders called my phone, like, you feel me? I might not say I'm committing.
You're going to Florida State.
But I'm considering, you feel me, Florida State, Colorado, wherever he's at.
It's in the top five all of a sudden.
What? Like, it's going to be considered. It's going to be top 3. Like, it's going to be the hat, you feel me, wherever he's at.
It's on the table.
You feel me? Because it's Deion Sanders, and, like, that's somebody who we all idolize. I wore 21 growing up because of him. So it was just like,
prime time, baby.
I kind of got to that situation. And then now we're doing all these in-home visits. And I already took my official visits to all the schools. I did it during my season. And I wasn't even going to consider Oregon. Penn State had called that same week. And then I was going to go and take that, like they offered, and I was going to take the visit that same exact week. But then I was like, I already made a commitment to Oregon. You feel me? Let me go. And I'm going with my high school teammate, J. Red.
Sure.
So then, you feel me? We go on to visit. We have fun. I'm just like, okay, I can see myself going to Oregon.
Right.
So now you feel me? I'm Oregoned out. Like, Oregon's number one.
Oregon out. Is the Nike hype real? Because I know every college. Listen, I played at Fresno State. First of all, your first day of college football. We're used to high school loops where like you got one pair of shorts, maybe a dry fit, I don't know how your high school rolled, but it was like you got the Spirit package, bro. That's about it.
Yeah. Now we
maybe
had the
maybe a hoodie, and then my first day you get a couple pairs of shoes, a couple cleats, some shorts, some underwear, the shirt.
I'm gonna say we were more privileged than a lot of other schools. I would give it that.
Yeah.
I would say we didn't really start getting stuff like that until truly was my junior year. Like my junior year and after that, and if I would have stayed during COVID, my senior year.
Right. Which we'll get into that.
Hands down, we would have got like a lot more stuff.
What do you mean a lot more stuff?
Because we were winning. My freshman year, we went 7-6.
When you're winning.
And then, but like, it's not more that you're winning. Like, we were in a position to where like we're winning, we're producing. Like, you feel me? The defense was balling. Like, our offense was good, but like, our offense fed off our defense still. Like, if our defense had a bad game, our offense had a bad game.
Right. They didn't pick you up. You guys had to set the tempo.
And it was times in games where they picked up. Like, you have Justin Herbert. Like, you can't go wrong. Like,
sure.
You feel me? It's very hard to like not go wrong with Justin Herbert. So it was like kind of that aspect. But I would say training camp though, you love coming back for training camp because you came
the backpack, the socks.
Oh, it was better than that. So you get a big trash bag, not like you feel me, the trash bag. You feel
the
me,
big Costco, the big old like black Costco.
The one you get like that's in your high school trash can. Like what's the name? You have that one. Like you feel me, a big trash bag. You feel me, probably have 2 different sweatsuits. Your backpack is next to it. So and you have stuff in your backpack. In your backpack, you have your slides. You go have a couple shirts. You feel me? But in the bag, you go have dang near everything you want. And that doesn't even include like in the spring, like we tested everything. So we have all the testers. So like we have all the testers, like the gloves that they have now with no strap on it. Like you feel me? I had that as a freshman. Like, and that was early enrollee. Like that wasn't even like my true freshman spring. Like
that was high school, senior year of high school.
Basically, yes. Right. Like, and so that's 2 years, 3 years before it even comes out to the market.
Damn.
When OBJ dropped his cleats, they gave us all white ones in practice before, like you feel me, to try them out. Like
you're kind of like the test audience for Nike football line almost.
Yeah. And then I want to say my sophomore year, we were the first ones to bring out the big numbers. Yeah. So like you feel me, the big numbers on the jerseys now that people wear, the Nike did they jerseys, we was the first ones to have it. Like did it before that.
That's so raw. I mean, I feel like my generation, Oregon was just up there because of the uni combo at a certain point. Bro. D'Anthony Thomas.
Yeah.
Bro.
Black Mamba.
Come on now.
The craziest thing is when I first moved to California, when I was like 7 or 8.
Where are you from originally?
I was born in Arizona.
Okay.
So when I first moved, my dad, me and my dad had a ritual. We always went to state championship games. So like from like I was 8 on up, like me and my dad always went to the state championship game. And the first one I got to see.
Just to be like, hey, we got to be here someday type thing?
Kind of that, we got to be there, but it's like my dad did a great job when raising me, of just showing me like if I told him I wanted to do something, I wanted to be somewhere, he made sure to surround me or put me in an area to where like I seen it. Like
that's badass.
You feel me? So like, I love that. Like when we went, the first game was De La Salle versus Crenshaw.
Oh,
so I've never seen somebody change a game and dominate. And this is when De La Salle was on the street. This isn't no normal De La Salle team. I think that this time they're on like a 110 game win streak.
They're deep into it.
What this man?
I've watched
did,
the movie.
D'Anthony Thomas is literally back there running almost De La Salle's offense. Well, I wouldn't even say De La Salle. Stanford offense. If you remember Stanford, Christian McCaffrey, Bryce Love, toss the ball back.
Toby
He's
Gerhardt,
8 yards.
all that. Yeah.
8 yards back in the backfield, and just going crazy. Like, I want to say first half he had 2 touchdowns, converted both 2-point conversions. Like, you feel me? Had
Can't stop
150 yards rushing almost, like, and 2 touchdowns. Like, and then on his last, De La Salle broke right before the half, and it stopped him actually from scoring. He rolled his ankle. Snoop Dogg was at the game, and then it went down there. De La Salle took over from there. But that, I was just like, didn't see him at Oregon, and in one of my first college games at USC, it was Oregon versus USC.
Went crazy.
Kickoff return back to the crib.
Ooh, started off hot.
I'm just like, wow, D'Anthony. I want to be like D'Anthony Thomas.
Dude, that guy was me too.
And the crazy thing is me picking my number in college. They asked me, it was because I switched numbers. I first wore number 11. You feel me? You'll find very few pictures of me.
Yeah.
And 11,
yeah.
that was the spring,
Sticks.
my early enrollee year.
That's not a bad number for a freshman. I mean,
you feel me? It wasn't bad. Coach Taggart, you feel me? He showed me love. I always give him love.
I was 82 my first day, so I don't want to hear about it.
Ooh. It was 4, 6, 8. Because I told him I only switched to a single digit, so it was 4, 6, 8, and 9. I didn't want to wear 9 because my boy Demo.
Okay.
He wore 9 in high school, so I was like,
let him have it.
You feel me? And you feel me? Because you got to earn it. You got to earn
Sure.
it. Taggart, you have to earn your numbers. So you feel me? I was to let him get his 9, and it was 6 or 8. And I was like,
6,
in my head, I was like, 8, Marcus Mariota.
Can't do it.
6, D'Anthony Thomas.
Gotta be 4.
I'm gonna make 4 work. I'm gonna find out to make out 4 work, and it ended up actually being perfect because like my family has just been 4 of us the whole time. So then that's how I got my nickname TG4.
There you got it, folks. Before we continue, I got to give a quick shout out to our friends at Dervos Deli. Have you been to Dervos Deli yet by chance?
No, I have not.
Do you enjoy good food?
Great food.
You got to check out Dervos Deli, bro. Dervos Deli, they have this thing called the Game Changer. Check it out. We're actually shooting a commercial for the Game Changer pretty soon here.
Okay.
It's some shit. It's you know what? They got the fresh ingredients. They got the fries that'll cross your eyes. The shakes that'll make you quake. And they got burgers. But they got the best sandwiches. Their chicken sandwich is phenomenal. Great atmosphere. We're going to do a live Bring the Juice pod there pretty soon. Put it on your calendars. Might get a little rowdy. I'm excited. But check out Dervos Deli if you want fresh ingredients, great customer service, great food at a reasonable price. It is the premier sandwich of the valley. Check out Dervos Deli. TG. So one thing I like that you said earlier, and I think it's kind of something that people have opinions on, is like, all right, so you clearly the reason you flipped from SC to ultimately Oregon was because of a coaching interaction, right? Yeah. And one of the reasons you chose Oregon over Notre Dame, Arizona, etc., is because of the coaching situation they had at Oregon, the long history of it, right?
Yes, facts.
Do you think then when a kid, let's say I'm a junior or senior in high school and I'm looking to go to a certain school, do you think as a recruit, should I consider, obviously, yes, you want to like the coach that goes there, but me and you both know at the same time, if a coach gets a better opportunity for more bread, he's going automatically.
Most definitely.
So obviously you're not going to go to a school that you don't like the coach at, but what percent is you go for the coach and what percent is like, yo, I just love the city, the school, maybe the major that I'm going in, the atmosphere, how the program is as a whole. What, like, does it matter? Or if Nick Saban goes to Oregon tomorrow, is everyone going to go from wanting to go to Bama to going to Oregon? Like, how much weight you think's there?
It's a lot of weight there, but for me, it's like now definitely kind of that I experience it. Somebody has to mark off 2 of the 4. So 1, you feel me, is big. Is there other players in your class at the same position, at the position opposite of you? So if you're a DB, a receiver, if you're a DB, a receiver, you feel me, O-line, D-line, like, you feel me, running back, linebacker. Like,
right.
Is there somebody at that position that can either push me or make me better every single day?
Right.
If they don't have that, don't go to that school. Like, you feel me? That's big. You feel me? how long has my position coach been there, and how long has my head coach been there? Like, you need to pay attention to that. And need to know if they're on a long-term deal or short-term deal. Nowadays, most of these coaches now, if you go get a great assistant coach, you feel me, a position coach, most of the good ones are going to sign a 3-year deal now. And you feel me? And the only clause they get out of it is either going to either their dream school or to the NFL. Like, you feel me? Outside of that, you feel me? You don't get it. Third thing is can you see yourself living there? At the end of the day,
that matters.
You feel me? Football is only... I'll say 2/3 of the year, but there's a good time period to where you're either kicking it with your teammates, your players, and stuff like that. And then fourthly, like, do you enjoy your class? Like, you feel me? Or if you're a person that committed to that school early, recruit somebody at your same position, recruit somebody at another position, recruit the best players around you. Because the thing is if you recruit and you get a lot of players around you, because one thing I would say is, like, my Oregon class, we recruited. Like, once I committed, I recruited. Before I committed, J. Red recruited me. Before J. Red committed, I don't know if Demo or him committed first, but they were recruiting each other.
Right.
And, like, you feel me? So it's just like, you have to recruit great players around you. Because if you do that, you feel me? All that is go either do two things. It's going to bring more NFL scouts here, you feel me? And then it's going to make you better, and it's going to make the standard to where you have higher. And I think, like, if you look at any great program, like, it's crazy of, like, how high the standard is. Look at Georgia right now. Look at Alabama when Alabama's Alabama. Even look at Alabama still to today. Like, people were saying Alabama last year they fell off and they have 2 losses. They won the Sugar Bowl. Like, you feel me? Like,
the standard for them is crazy.
Like, you feel me? But that's the standard you create. Like, you feel me? Even at Oregon, like, we were... Like, now, like, if you don't go, you feel me, to the Pac-12 championship, like, you feel me, if you don't go to the Rose Bowl, you don't get a chance. Like, towards the end of the season, if you're not in college football playoffs, you did not have a great season at Oregon. That's the standard that Marcus, you feel me, DeAnthony Thomas, all them created. It fell off for like a year, but then it brought right back. Like, you feel me?
There's ebbs and flows. That happens.
But, like, you have to have, like, somewhere that creates a standard.
Yeah.
It's no choice.
Damn, bro. I love that. So you kind of got stuck in an interesting situation during the COVID year.
Yes.
So you kind of had to decide, do I stick this out? Are we going to have a season? Are we not going to have a season? Mm-hmm. What ultimately were the factors on you saying, hey, I need to make a decision to declare, stay, or what? I mean, what were your options? Like, how did you decide, I'm going to declare, I'm going to go to the league?
So I originally opted to come back my senior year, and I did that because I wanted to give my mom a senior year.
Okay.
I wanted to leave with my class and finish things out right. Because we were one game away from going to the playoffs. We felt like, if we all came back and played together, we have that shot. We have another shot at doing that. And then, like, the last thing was, like, you feel me, I wanted to graduate. I ended up graduating still. So, like,
congratulations.
That was never a problem. Thank you. And then, like, me deciding to opt out was how the Pac-12 handled things. They actually ended up firing our commissioner, the Pac-12.
Right.
Great job of doing that. Like, you feel me? No what's names against him, because he did a lot of great things for the Pac-12, but it was a lot of bad things he did for, like, the aspects of football for us.
That was a hard situation for the world, let alone football and all that.
But knowing that, like, you feel me, football generates money and stuff like that, you know that you were going to try to have a season. Right. They sent us home 2 different times. They sent us home right after spring ball, which everybody did.
Right.
They brought us back for a month. We're on a quarter system school. So when they brought us back a month later than everybody else in general. So then after we do that, I'm just like, man, like, this is crazy for real. Like, you not go really, like, you feel me? And they bring us back, and then they brought us back for the month training. I'm like, okay, feel me? I can get right. Like, you feel me? Season's gonna be probably a week or 2 later, but I can get right. Like, we came back. Like, more of the reason why we came back too is, like, we had a national championship schedule. We had North Dakota State with Trey Lance. We had Ohio State at Autzen with Justin Fields. You feel me? My boy, which, you feel me, you got a chance. We talk about it all the time, like how the game was end up going. I told them, you feel me? Me, Javon, and Demo was gonna lock them boys up. But they, feel me? Those boys ended up turning out to be great. About 4 or 5 first-round draft picks on offense. But you know, we still would have getting them wrong for their money. But those things like that. It was just a lot, like, you feel me? And then I'm hitting up all my boys that play in the Big Ten, SEC, and they're just like, yeah, like, they say we're not having a season, but we still practicing like we're gonna have one. I'm just like, yeah, it's crazy. We went back for a month and they sent us home. So once they did that, I was just kind of like, you know what, like, they don't really know what they're doing. Like, so like this is a bad environment. I don't want to come and have a whole season and like, you feel me, off of 2 weeks of no training. So I'm just like,
it's and people who don't understand the inside of high level football, just call it Division I and up. You can't just practice for 2 weeks and go play a college football season. You cannot do that.
And like for me,
in Fresno State, they did that.
Yeah, and like for me, like I trained and stuff like that, but like a lot of the training I didn't like lift as much weights. Like, you feel me? I was doing
you don't
the
push
push-ups.
yourself as much, bro.
Well, I was pushing myself, but like I didn't have a weight room. Like, you feel
That's
me?
what I'm
So like
You in the garage.
Yeah, I'm going to my DB coach's house, like, and we in the backyard. We doing jump ropes, we doing push-ups, we doing footwork drills and stuff like that. But like this is the best I got right now. Like, you feel me? Because
we in the
ain't have a
trenches.
gym. Like, exactly. So it's just like I'm like, you telling me to come straight up off of that and then do that, and then I declared, you feel me, and decided to go train, and they gave people the option to opt back in, and I'm just like, you feel me, I'm already all in to, like, you feel me, focusing on this. Like, you go give me 2 weeks to go back up there, have a fake fall camp, and then go play a whole season. Like, I was like, I'm good, you feel me, for real.
So you just rolled with it.
I just roll with the punches, and then all of us kind of decided to opt out. So me, Javon, Panay, Brady Breeze, we all like decided to opt out, and like, you feel me? We all ended up getting drafted, so it ended up working out for us.
Well, I mean, you know this as well as anybody. Like, once you need, life is about getting your opportunity. Like, there's some people who never get that opportunity. There's some people who get an opportunity and they didn't prepare enough to execute. You clearly put yourself in the position knowing, I'm going to get my shot. I'm going to make sure I'm right. And you capitalized on it. You got drafted to the Chicago Bears.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about just, the Bear getting drafted, and I like to talk about the business side of it a little bit. Like, get into it as much as you like, but I don't think people understand, like, just because you get drafted doesn't mean like, oh, you're the starting DB on an NFL team. Like,
Facts.
You got to make the team. It's a numbers game where like they might cut you, which basically is the essential of firing you, but then they rehire you on the practice squad the next day. All the, from getting cut, getting waived, getting re-signed, getting active, all that. Like, how have you become a professional in that aspect of the game?
Just kind of understanding it. I say for me, draft day was the best, worst day of my life.
Draft day was the best, worst day of
my life. Yes.
Talk to me about the draft process.
Cause like, you feel me, going into the draft, like, you feel me, I knew when I declared, like, you feel me, I was a top 40 prospect. So usually top 40 prospect, like maybe can slide in the first round if the team needs, if not later. So in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, like, you feel me, I'm a day 2 guy for real.
Sure.
You feel me? Went to the Senior Bowl, did what I needed to do, went to pro day, ran the 40 that they needed me to run. Like, you feel me, showed them I was stronger than what they thought I was. Like, you feel me, on the bench press. Could have jumped a little higher.
How many reps you get?
13.
I respect that.
Yeah, you feel me? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I hit 10, but whatever.
And then, so I did all the things, like hit all the marks and stuff that they said, you feel me, that they wouldn't. Obviously show my feet is good, you feel me, like, I do work with Johnny, so I do got sweet feet.
Hey, no free shout outs, but shout out to Sweet Feet, Eat Athletics, check it out.
Feel me, up and coming best DB coach, you feel me, in the country, you feel me, if he's not at a college or, you feel me, a 7-on-7 team.
Personal.
But you feel me, that's a little biased, but that man himself, go check the stats. But it just kind of just went from that point on, and then I was just like, all right, boom. I'm like, day 2, you feel me? This is my time. Just won about 5 or 6 corners to get drafted first round, which happened. I was just like, day 2, that's kind of what my name is called. No board. You feel me? Has me past this, Mel Kiper, all these people. And you feel me? Top 100. So you feel me? I'm like, latest I can slide to early 4th.
Yeah.
Day 2 goes by. Don't get a call.
Are you having draft parties all these days by chance?
No. So day 2, I had people come over.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I was just like, man, like, you feel me? Like,
yeah. No, I've talked to a lot of guys about this. That's
like,
why I
feel
asked.
A little embarrassed. Like, you know what I'm saying?
There's
like,
no reason to be embarrassed, but like,
man, I felt embarrassed. And I felt embarrassed because, like, in my head, I was just like, dang, like, did I not do enough? Like,
right.
And then I was
What's
looking
going
at my,
on?
like, you feel me? Like, what's really my problem?
Sure.
And then day 3 goes by. And then I see my boy Darren Hall gets drafted. I'm jumping up upside down. Like I'm like, yeah, my boy Darren got drafted. That's been we've been training together since he was sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
Then Cam Bynum gets drafted. We've been training together since like my true freshman year of high school. So I'm just like, you feel me? My boy's just, you feel me, going like, you feel me? I'm next now. Like, you feel me? It's time all of us get drafted right now. And then the whole 4th round goes by. I'm just like, okay. 5th round go by. I see my boy Demo get drafted early. I'm just like, okay, my time is now. Like, I want to say, like, now it's the end of the 5th round. I still haven't got drafted. At the time, COVID, you got set up on the laptop. Like, you feel me?
Yeah. You're zooming.
Slammed it down. Like, mad. Go to my little room because I was at an Airbnb. Go to my room. And then now I'm just mad. And then, like, I go to sleep. Like, you feel me?
Wait, hold up. You go to sleep?
I go to sleep because I couldn't, like, you feel me? I was just too frustrated. Like, you feel me? I was like, you know what? Then, like, my mom tried to come in the room. I was like, you know.
Wait, hang on. Can't they call you while you're sleeping?
Yeah, but, like, that's why I got you. So then my dad came in, and then I'm just like, you feel me? He was like, you still want to party? I'm like, bruh, like, get out the room. You asking the wrong questions right now. Like,
you still want to party?
And then I kind of called my agent, telling him, like, man, like, what's wrong? Like, what's good?
Right.
Like, you feel me? And then my sister comes in the room, and she's the only person I actually let come in the room. And then she was just like, you feel me? Like, you okay? Like, my nickname is Tug. She was like, you okay, Tug? And I was just like, no. Like,
yeah,
I'm holding her, balling.
Right.
And then, like, you feel me? I turned my head, and I was just like, now I'm like really sleep. But I told her, I was like, if somebody calls my phone, like, you feel me, just wake me up. And if they text, just respond back. Like, you feel me? And just tell me what they say. Like, and then, so she wakes me up. It was a call. So I'm like, okay, like, this is it. Like, it was the Broncos. And they were calling about practice squad. I'm not practice squad, undrafted free agent. It was like, we'll make you the highest paid undrafted free agent. I'm just like, this is not about to be reality right now. Like, not undrafted free agent. Like, I trained my whole life for this moment. And then, boom, another phone call comes, and it's the Bucks. And they saying the same thing. And I'm just like, bro, like, this might be the same thing. He talking about call your college coach. He knows me. I'm just like, man, like, I'm about to be undrafted for real. Like,
yeah. Is that early to be telling people, yo, we're gonna?
But it's like at this point now, it's like going towards the end of the 6th round. So like some teams don't even got a draft pick no more. So like,
I see.
Like, you feel me? So like, it's getting towards the end of the 6th round now.
They're thinking they're gonna steal you as an
undrafted guy, and then most of them didn't even have draft picks no more. And like, even before I went to sleep, I was watching. You feel me? I was big into Naruto at the time, like. And so I'm watching Naruto, but if you know Naruto, I'm in the Great War. So, like, I can't even watch that because now, like, you feel me? That, like, you feel me? Intensifying myself. So I'm just like, I can't even watch it. You get yourself fired up. You feel me? I can't even watch my own show. So, like, I'm really like, you know what? Like, it's really. And then I was like, look, well, I was like, I know you wake me up on the next answer. But I was like, if the next person call me talking about undrafted free agent, like, I'm just going to go crazy. Like, and she was just like, okay. And then, like, I'm about to be asleep again. She texted me, Tug, wake up. And then now it's just like, it's like, is this Thomas Graham? I'm just like, not another one. Like, and then it was just like, there was like, I'm about to get a phone to Matt Nagy. And in my head, I'm trying to think, Matt Nagy. I was like, oh, that's the Bears head coach. And he was like, how's your day? And like, you feel me? Now I walked out the room because like, kind of now I'm like, all right. Like, this might be the call. He was like, how's your day? And I told him. And like, they actually have a video and everything up. And it was like long and frustrating. And
they got a video of it?
Yeah. He was like, why would it be frustrating when you just got drafted? And I was just like, hey. And then, like, you feel me? I jumped up, everybody screaming and stuff like that. And then, like, I really didn't have no reaction other than tears just fall down my eyes. Like,
yeah, man.
You feel me? And I was just like,
that's your life.
You feel me? Super happy. Gave my dad a hug, popped the champagne bottle. Then now it's like, everybody come over for the party now. Running on the beach. Because I was in, where were we at? We was in Santa Monica. So, like, you feel me? Right off, like, literally an Airbnb right outside the beach. So, like,
yeah.
Probably if you walk right outside the house, that's where the beach was. I was like,
beachside, baby.
What? I was so happy. Next thing you know, everybody there, Granny there giving me hugs. She's screaming. She don't even know what she's screaming about. And then that's kind of like, you feel me, how that situation went. That's the draft process. And then now the process of the NFL. Right. We go to camp. I do pretty good in rookie OTAs and then mini camp. I think when we first came back from what's it called? The off season and come to start the camp, rookies got to come early.
Right.
Like, you feel me? Not all teams do it, but majority of teams do it. Rookies come early. So then we came early, you feel me, and I got to pick on Andy Dalton, like, you feel me, on the kind of the play that they told us before, like in OTAs, like if you're in cover 2 at nickel, like, you feel me, and your dude runs over, just push him over and then like just stay on the hash. You stay on the hash, the balls will get thrown right to you. Boom, stay on the hash, ball hit me right in my chest. Extremely happy. I'm just like, okay, this camp, you feel me, I'm about to ball out. So then I go to camp, I'm doing pretty good, like in camp, you feel me, go all the way in. Last preseason game, I get probably like 3 pass breakups, like 4 or 5 tackles, the game-winning pass breakup to end it. We beat them by 1 point. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I did enough for what's the name. I'm happy. Right. Like, I'm waking up. It's, feel me, cut day. Like, you feel me? I'm like, oh, yeah, it's good. They say if they don't, we have to be up there by 12. They said if they don't call you, you feel me, you good. Like, it's like 11. Like,
so they said if they don't call you by 12, you're good.
You should be good. It's like 11:40. I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave the house. Like, you feel me? I'm smiling. I'm happy. I get a phone call. I'm just like, it's an unsaved number. I forgot where it was. It was like Denver, Colorado, or something like that. Like, I was like, today is cut day, so I got to pick up this phone. So I pick up, and it was like, hey, Thomas, I'm gonna need you to bring your, you feel me, your iPad and your playbook. Like, you feel me? I'm like, dang. I was like, I'm about to get cut. So I called my agent. I'm like, I think they just cut me. He was like, you sure? I was like, well, they told me to bring my playbook and my iPad. He was like, oh yeah, if you need anything, just call me. Like, you feel me? Because then now they about to call him to let him know that they want to bring me back for practice squad. Like, go back, and I'm just like, get up there, and I'm seeing everybody in there. I'm just like, dang, like, I see everybody really in here. Like, besides a couple people, I was like, dang, they cutting all of us. Like, but then I didn't really think about it. You feel me? You cutting the roster down from 75 to 53. Like, right. So it's a lot of people that's getting cut. Like, you feel me? And they did a respectful way. So, you feel me? You met with the GM, like, you feel me? And he told you and da-da-da. And then I asked him, like, you feel me? What I need to do to put myself in a position? Because, like, at the end of the day, I want to be in the NFL on the active roster. And he was like, you got to break these, like, stigmas. And then that's when I found out why I got drafted so low. And I don't know who said it. I don't know. You feel me? I'm not going to say any names.
You're not going to drop any names.
But it was just like, it was like bad diet, horrible in the weight room. I forgot what he said. Oh, it said like got beat deep. But I was just like, my last 2 years, I gave up 2 deep balls. So I was like, you feel me? That's lies. You're looking at my freshman tape.
Right.
And then I forgot what else it said exactly. It said red flag the coaching staffs, and then it was like last person on the field. I'm just like, in my head, I'm just like, all these like can be debunked. Bad in the weight room, every DB on our team, like, you feel me, we was like, if you was to do 1,000-pound weight club, we all made it. Like, right. Nobody benched under the starters outside of like one person. Like, we all benched 315, we all benched 500, we all like squatted power clean 315. Like, we pushed each other. We would talk mess to each other in the weight room. Like, bro, that's a
good culture to have.
Yeah, like, bro, you only hitting 305, bro. You can do more, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, not really get your weight up. Like, tell them, like, bro, you can do more. Like, you feel me? You could, and then they'll be like, man, put it on. I didn't even know I can do that. I told you, bro. Like, you feel me? But that's how like we all was to each other. We just like all push each other in a good way. Like, we talk shit sometimes, but like
you have to, bro.
Majority of times it was more like, you feel me, the good shit. Like, bro, you could, like, you serious right now? Like, we'll be like, look, we'll point somebody over there. Like, bro, look, he doing that, bro. He's stronger than you. Right. You know he not strong. Hood. Like, you feel me? Like,
yo, peer pressure. Hey, leave it on. Leave it on. Yeah.
And then like I was like last on the field as DBs. I was like, how we last? I was like, we get let out early from our meet. We are literally that first group on the field, like, because Dante wanted to be on the field 15 minutes before it either go over like something other teams go run or drill. So I'm like, I don't know who said this, but I was like, they really must have hated me for real. And then red flag coaching staff, I was like, I recruited majority of the best players that came during that time period. Like, I was like the main recruiter, because at the end of the day, I told you before, I wanted to get people around. Like, you feel me? Like, if I seen your film and I liked it, I recruited you hard. Like, I wanted you to come to play with me, because at the end of the day, it's either gonna make me better, or like if you was younger than me and you play my same position, like, the more you balling, the more I have to ball. Otherwise, my job is ticking. Like, you feel me? Of course. I didn't want that. I came in as a freshman and took somebody else's job. So, like, you feel me? I didn't want to be, you feel me, the re-story, because, you feel me, we all watch Love and Basketball. You feel me? The first one that she said, never let a freshman come take your job. Like, you feel me? So that was my whole thing. Because you let a freshman take your job, you're never getting it back.
Never.
Ever. Like, no matter what you're doing. until you gone. You better hope that freshman get hurt. And so then I kind of just understood. That's not when I understood the business game in the NFL.
Right.
So now I'm just like, all right, like, you feel me? Sometimes, you feel me? And I've learned how to do it. And anybody that's been around me, like, you feel me? Sometimes I just talk too much sometimes. Like, you feel me? I'll admit it. I know.
Right,
you feel
right.
me? So then I learned, like, when to ask the right questions, when to get coached to the side and be like, all right, start learning the playbook a little more, like, in the aspects of the D-line and stuff like that, because that's when I felt like that was my best in college. So then I start understanding defense more, and then I want to say it got to, like, week, like, 4 or 5, and I was just like, man, you know what? Fuck it. Like, man, fuck this. Like, I deserve more. Like, da-da-da. But, like, I wasn't taking initiative. I was still blaming others and shit like that. And it got to, like, probably, like, 2 more weeks, like, week 6 or 7. And I see Jalen get an extra work after practice. And then I already met John at this time. You feel me? And I seen him pull up. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to start getting some extra work with John. So then I asked Jalen, I was like, you think John? He was like, yeah, man, just hit him up.
Yeah.
And then, so then I started hitting up John. And now I'm seeing, at this time I was only seeing John like once, maybe twice a week. Like, you feel me, on Fridays or Saturdays, like, we'll do releases like in the indoor. And then I start seeing improvement. And then I was like, you know what? I start going a day where it was me without Jalen. Then he'll come to the house. Then, like, you feel me, we'll do one more day without Jalen. Then we'll go do the releases every what's name with Jalen. And I'm just start seeing in practice. Like, I'm making play after play. Like, getting to the point where they're like, hey, like, you can't break, like actually jump this. Like, you feel me? It's out and up, jumped out. Like,
yep.
And I'm just like, okay. Like, you feel me? That's the point where I want to be at. And then now we getting injuries. And I'm just like, ooh, I'm thinking it's like probably like week 11. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna play now.
Right.
Still don't.
Not wishing anything bad amongst your brother, but
not wishing anything bad.
That's
but, like,
football.
you feel me?
Next man
like,
up.
And I'm like, ooh, we got this person's hurt. Like, you feel me? He could be down for like 2 weeks because he had a hamstring injury, and this person was thinking, I was like, they gonna move me up. They ain't move me up. I'm just like, man, like, dang, I still gotta do more. So now it's like week 14, and we go to the Packers. Like, we play the Packers, and big game. Jalen strapping Devontae again, like, you feel me? But then now Devontae went in the slot and he eating, like, you feel me? And it was one play to where he ran a big box fade, you feel me? Caught it, and then he juked our safety, and then the corner behind him, and they hit each other. When he did that, he gave our corner behind him a concussion. So then now we're down one corner, you feel me? The game before, or during that same game, our safety had broke his forearm. Like, then that week, you feel me? Duke, T. Gibb, Bojack, and Jalen all go out for COVID. Like, but this is how crazy it went. T. Gibb and Jalen were there all week. And then it's Saturday. I already know I'm elevated this week.
Yeah, you're elevated.
No, we play Monday, so it's Sunday. Like, you feel me? It's already, my people is already here. So, like, it's Sunday. And Jalen, like, you feel me? We're doing the little we call it in college Fast Friday.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? We're doing that. And Jalen, like, just walks out. I'm just like, it's COVID then too. I'm like, Jalen about to go take a COVID test in middle of practice. I was like, dang, I wonder who was by him, but his locker not too far from mine. Like,
yeah,
my locker right here, his locker like 4 5 lockers down. So I'm over there. Like, I was like, and then I see T get run out right after, like 1 period later. And then there was like, Thomas, go in. I'm just like, you feel me? And at the same time, I'm doing those reps, but I'm still doing the scout team reps. Like, you feel me, for the offense. So in my head, I'm not really thinking too much of it. I'm like, you feel me, bro, that's taking a COVID test for real. And it's like, whole practice go by and he still ain't show up. It's like, what? Like, this is 2 + 2 not adding up right now.
No, something's
like,
up.
And then coach is like, this is the moment you've been asking for. And then I was just like, he was like, you starting this game. I was like, whoa. I was like, this is crazy. Like, I wanted to play. I'm in my head, I'm preparing like for like 4 to 5 plays. Like, for real, me and John was working earlier because how Justin Jefferson runs his post is like, feels like a post corner. I'm like a corner post, like, because he goes stem you, and give you that little OBJ at the top of the route, like that finesse. So we practicing that in the indoor. I want to say my very first play made tackle. Now, second quarter come, they drive and they get in the red zone. The tight end runs this route now. And boom.
You playing the Vikings?
Yeah, we played the Vikings
Who's
Monday night. Conklin, or it's Tyler Conklin. He plays the Jets now.
Okay.
And then he runs that little corner. I'm just like, bro, like,
I know
you're not about to get me at this corner out. Break underneath. Get a pass breakup. And I end up with like 7 tackles and 3 pass breakups.
Wow. First game.
And I was just like, but I was.
Did you guys win?
No. But it was like, even before the game, Justin had called me, and I'm with my parents. Like, you feel me? I'm with my sister and my dad. Time my mom hasn't came in yet.
Justin Fields?
Yeah, Justin Fields called me on FaceTime. Because that's my boy. That's like when I was in Chicago, I hung out. I was either with, you feel me, the DBs, you feel me, or I was with Justin. So then Justin calls me, and you feel me, I think it was my dad only at the time. He right there. And he's just like, and Justin was just like, man, he was like, you ready? He was like, man, he was like, just remember, be you. He was like, that's what we asked for. He was like, you feel me, go out there and do your thing. And I'm just like, I hang up the phone. And my dad's like, what are you talking about? I was just like, I was just gonna let them see it on Monday night. Just like, they go to the game, they see their son starting. Like, I wasn't gonna tell nobody.
No, you didn't tell them you were starting?
Oh, I didn't tell nobody. Yeah, I was nervous as heck. I was like,
wait, so you just ran out there and started the game? You didn't tell your family?
No, like I told them I wasn't gonna tell them. But then Justin called.
Oh, okay.
And Justin, like, you feel me? I had no choice now. My dad's
right.
there.
Your dad's always like, what you talking about?
Like, what is he talking about? Like, I'm just like, I was like, I'm starting this game. He was like, what? You starting? Like, and he turned too. I'm just like, you see, this is not what I wanted here.
Right.
And then I ended up telling my DB coach and stuff like that. And then I called my agent, told him, he ended up flying out. And then I was just like, boom, like the game started. I was like, I probably had so much energy that game, I probably could have played another one. Like,
that's juice right there, bro. That's the juice.
I brought the juice that game. So I was just like super turned up. But like that game, and there was like, I'll say I got to give a lot of credit to like 3 people, like Justin Fields, Tease Tabor, Marquise Goodwin, and then obviously Jalen and John.
Yeah.
Cause like those like, you feel me? I wouldn't even say Jalen and John. I'll say the whole DB core. Like, you feel me? But T stayed with me at time point, and Marquise and Justin, because they always like the whole season was like, you feel me? Like, I know you're not in the position you want to be, but like when you get your chance, like, you feel me? How you playing, how you working, like it's gonna pay off. Right. And then I did that. Then the next game we play Seattle, snow game. And I'm just like, okay, like I'm already turned for real, because I'm like, you feel me? What's like the first start, then I'm rotating now. It's me, Kendall, and Artie. We all rotate. And then I rotate in, it's my turn. And then like they was talking all this like DK this. I'm just like, man, I was like, in my head, I don't care. Like when I let him on the field, I don't care who you is. You feel me? It could be all the way to Prime, Julio, you feel me? Anybody. I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna dominate you every play.
Right. You have to.
You feel me? Definitely at DB. So then DK go out there and, you feel me? It was one play he ran, blocked me. I was like, oh, bro, really strong for real. Like, I'm like, I'm trying to get off, and he low key got me. And then now I'm like, okay, nah, bro, you're not about to just like respect me like that. So I'm talking messed up, bro. Boom, all in his face. And like, you can't really see it. They didn't really record it on TV.
Right. And
then, bro, I'm backside 3-by-1, third down. You feel me?
On island.
3rd and 3. You know what route you getting. Slanter fade. Slanter fade. So I'm like, all right, bet. We in the cover 1. But like, we changed it without telling Bojack. So like, you feel me? So like, Bojack is kind of trying to rob, you feel me, to get the 2 or 3. But like, you feel me, when like Jalen's not in, like, which he missed because COVID, like, you feel me, you stay over backside 1 and everybody to the field, they duller. So I'm thinking like, all right, I might have post help from Bojack, you feel me, if he wasn't in. Man, this man Russell Wilson showed me he was a vet. He held Bojack all the way here, let him get across the hash. Like, because you feel me, Bojack thinking he's robbing the quarterback, don't see him, he's backside. He lined up over top of me too to show, like, you feel me, don't look over here. And DK really super hard inside, came back outside. I'm running. I see his eyes get big. I'm like, dang, that don't mean Bojack's there no more. I was like, Russ got Bojack in my head. I'm just like, no, this is bad. He started running. I'm like, okay, he's fast for real. Like that 10-2 track speed, 10-3, whatever you want to say. So, like, if you see it, like, I was talking mess before and play before, so I tried to swipe his ankles to get the little last tackle. Bro, blur me, score, turn around, look at me, and then like, I'm just like, oh my goodness, no, like, not like this. I got my whole family here, like, my granny in the stands. I'm just like, this is not good. And then end up later that game, I ended up making a big tackle for loss in the pass breakups to help make them not get in the field goal range. We end up winning with, you could actually look this one up, probably one of the coldest catches I've seen in real life. Like, boom, Darius Bird Mawson. You feel me? who was it? I don't even know. Somebody in Seattle, but Nick Foles. First, it started off with Jimmy Graham mossing they corner, left him 1-on-1.
Bro, I think I remember this.
It was Jimmy Graham's last touchdown. You feel me?
I remember this exact play.
This is my cousin. You feel me? You feel me? Go ask
Jimmy
him.
Graham's your cousin?
Go ask Jimmy Graham. He'll say it. You feel me? We used to call each other cousin on the locker room. My guy. You feel me? We're related. Jimmy Graham.
I can see it.
Jimmy Graham. Boom. Moss is. I don't know who it is. I wouldn't have left him 1-on-1 anyway. Like you feel me? If you see Jimmy Graham out wide,
beast.
I'm there. You know they're gonna throw a jump ball to him. So at least like make it to where it's not. Moss didn't get touchdown. I don't know if coach asked us if we wanted to go for 2 or what, but we went for 2. Like, you feel me? It was like, you feel me? We winning this or we losing this game right now. We go and like Nick, from my view, it looked like he just threw it up. I didn't even see a receiver there. Boom. Our receiver grabs it. Bird grabs it. Feel me? Mosses, bro. I don't know how he gets both feet in. He gets both feet in while getting carried out of bounds. And then they tried to knock the ball out. He's holding it.
I saw
over
that
3
shit.
people like this.
Oh,
and like,
man.
you feel me? Next week he got the You Got Moss gloves and like,
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm just like, wow. Like, no, he didn't. And then Bojack and Duke make a great play right after that. I want to say, and then Irvin made a great hurry on what's name. We win the game. We all celebrating. I'm just like, bro. I was like, this is fun right here. Like, I can do this. And then we ended up playing the rest of the season. And then, like, that's kind of how my rookie year went. But I kind of carried that little weight all the way into my next year. I got hurt in camp, and that's why they say injuries matter. I was doing good. I was starting nickel, you feel me, for the whole all season. Then got hurt first play at training camp.
First play of training camp.
Very first play. I can actually tell you the play. We were on the third. We just did 1-on-1s. Had 2 good reps. I'm feeling myself right now.
Yeah.
I'm
Confident.
like,
Confident.
Very confident. Like, you feel me? Feeling like I'm back in that 4
Right,
jersey
right.
at Oregon. Like, you feel me? All the lights on me. And then I'm in the slot at nickel. And they run a big box fade. Boom, boom, boom. With Mooney. And they threw it. And, like, it's probably, like he's probably, like, I'll say hip to hip. But maybe, like, not too far ahead. But, like, far enough to, like, where, you feel me? If you throw a good ball, you can fit him in. It's in the slot. Any fades in the slot.
They got room.
You got all types of room. Put my hand up. Boom. But I'm looking like this. Feel me? So now my foot, like, you feel me? Just basic, like, you feel me?
It's football.
You feel me? Basic football. So, but I overstepped out my frame. And so then my knee lock, which did a good training, you feel me? Because most people that end up in that position tear you feel me, something in their knee. But for my hamstring went straight. Bow.
Tore it?
Almost. Close. High grade 2 strain. But like, the thing that scared me was like, you feel me? Boom. I tried to get up. I roll over. I try to get up. I'm just like, whew. Yeah, this is hurt for real. So then trainers helped me. They was like, if you can try to walk, try to walk. So then I took a step. I was like, oh, I might be able to walk. Oh, no. Hold on to them. They put me on the table, sitting there, OD sweaty. It's hot. Like, you feel me? OD sweaty, what's on the table. I don't like being in my sweat. And then the trainer comes and he was just like, hey, you guys, look at this. He's like, I've never seen something like this. I'm just like, okay, bro. Like, this is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make me feel good.
Right. Make me feel comfortable, bro.
He was like, I don't know. He was like, TG. He was like, it might be a grade 3, but like, you feel me? Now he's making it seem like not as bad. Like, you hear grade 3, you're just like, well, if you know grade 3, that means you tore it. So it's just like, it was a grade 2, and then I ended up coming back, and then literally, you feel me? I ended up making an agent switch in my off season. Like, you feel me? And this is why I paid the agent that I have, the best in the game, David Muguleta. You feel me? My guy. You feel me? My dog.
Quick shout out.
Hey, you feel me? A1 family first. You feel me? Family ties, all that. But he asked me, was I healthy? Like, you feel me? Before we played that Sunday game against the 49ers, I ended up getting cut, put on practice squad again. I was like, not again. That's in my head. That's how I was kind of thinking. And then, you feel me? I told him yes. And then Monday, because we played Sunday. That Monday, we're in meetings. My phone is blowing up, but I put my phone on Do Not Disturb when I go into meetings. I'm not going to be that guy.
I would too. Of course.
I was like,
duh.
Phone on Do Not Disturb.
Shout out to iPhone for making that feature.
Yeah, what?
Of
Facts.
course.
And then, like, you feel me? We call him the Grim Reaper. So, like, when there's somebody waiting at that door, it's just like, you feel me? They're just like, and it was only me, Kendall, and Jalen left in the room. You feel me? So then like people already seen them pass by and they're just like, no, like they got
Someone's-
TG. Like, and then so dude was like, check your phone. He was like, you just got signed by the Browns. I'm just like, man, like you playing with me at that very moment. I'm like, man, I was like, you serious right now? He was like, yeah. I looked at my phone.
I'm moving to Cleveland.
I don't know what number it is calling me. I don't even know what area code. I want to say it might be like Detroit, Michigan or something. So I pick up the phone. And I at the time, like, right as soon as I picked up the phone, when I looked, you know, like your phone pops up all notifications. It was like 6 missed calls. David,
shit.
my agent, 4 missed calls. I'm just like, oh,
Something
I was
happened.
I'm like, hello. He was just like, this is Thomas Graham. I was like, yes. He was just like, he was like, we just signed you to our active roster. He was like, this is the Cleveland Browns. He was like, what flight would you want to take, the 6 or 10? I'm just like, what? Like I had my whole family from out here came because they're big 49er fans, came to the game. I'm just like, this is a. You feel me? This
Can
is,
you give me 5 minutes?
like, I'm just like, I'll take the 10 o'clock. So like, you feel me? I have more time. So then I go home. You feel me? I'm turned up. Johnny was like, you feel me? Right outside. You feel me? As soon as I Western Ave, like
They're turned because you got signed on the active roster.
yeah, and
Right,
then
right.
as soon as I'm leaving out the thing, Johnny's coming to pick up Jalen. Like, you feel me? And I'm like, John, like, you feel me? I was like, yeah, I'm going to the Browns. He was like, what you mean? I was like, I got signed to the active roster. So he turned too. He was like, he took Jalen home, came back, you feel me, chopped it up. And then, like, you feel me, we was just all there. And it was just like, that's kind of how that story went. And then I was playing there for, I said like 5 or 6 games last year. And then I got cut again. I was like, dang, like, this is how the NFL is going to go for me. I was like, I'm just going to keep getting what's name. And then I started getting their trust in practice, started balling more and more.
Right.
And making plays in our little opportunity periods. And then that kind of just like my journey at the NFL. It's just like, you feel me? I did all that. Then week 11 came. It was my opportunity. Like,
Right.
I want to say, was Greg hurt then? Was Greg hurt then? Yes, Greg was hurt. And then AJ had got hurt that same game. So because I was a third nickel. So then Greg got hurt. AJ got hurt. So now
It's
feel me?
you.
It's me. I literally came in.
TG time.
Hey, and guess who this I lined up against first play. At first play, I hopped in 3rd down man-to-man coverage 1-on-1.
Who are you playing?
I'll just say this. I'll say this to give you who we're playing. The player just retired, first ballot Hall of Famer.
I don't know. I'm blanking right now.
He's a quarterback.
Oh, you playing Tom Brady?
Tom Brady. and lined up against me straight ahead is Julio
Mike.
Jones.
Oh, Julio. Oh, Lord.
Lord. No warm up, no nothing. Straight off the bench.
Cold.
3rd
Wait,
down.
hold on.
Yes.
You get the old from
Yes,
the coach.
yes.
You're in, son.
Like, cause I was like kind of ready, and Greedy was already telling me like, he was like, I don't know, but he was like, I just feel like you gonna play today.
Right.
I'm just like, man, Greedy, you said it every week. Bro. It's like,
Yeah.
But he was like, no, I really feel like you gonna play today this week. And I was
But
just
you're playing the Bucks.
yeah, you feel me? I'm just like,
Your
all right.
opportunity came. You're cold.
Yeah, straight up.
Tom Brady's at quarterback.
And
You're
3rd
lining up
down.
against Julio Jones on 3rd down.
3rd down, I want to say in like 4. Like, you feel me? And I was just like, and my homework for the week was 3x1 in like, I want to say it was just like intermediate pass or something like
Sure.
that. So in my head, like, you feel me? I'm just like,
This is a one-on-one rep
like,
almost.
basically. And I'm like, I study for, you feel me, the 3x1, like, you feel me? But mine was 3, like, open, not closed. So like in my head, I'm just like, I know like some of the tendencies the coach said, but like, you feel me?
Something might
like,
be
you feel
different.
me? Yeah, just like, you feel me? So then, boom, we get a stop. I want to say MJ got a pass breakup on that play. You feel me? They threw a fade to Mike Evans. Boom, I go and celebrate. You feel me? But when somebody makes a play, like, you know, my team, like, it turns me up. So then now Coop is out there eating, Chubb is going crazy. This is Jacoby's last game before D-Walk comes back. He balling. And I'm just like, okay, it's my time. The next thing you know, I made a tackle on 3rd down. Then I made another, you feel me, another tackle on a screen. Me and Jadeveon Clowney go, you feel me, tackle Godwin, go crazy. I'm just like, now we go. And it's late in the game. They about to throw a Hail Mary. Like, you feel me, we get a stop. But now it's 17-17 going into overtime. We lose the toss. We lose the toss, and now they get the ball. And then Godwin runs an over route. I knew it was coming. Tom Brady does Tom Brady things. Throws a dime. And then after that, Myles Garrett shows why he's Myles Garrett. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He's like that.
The best pass rusher in the NFL. So, like, you know, he goes and sack, sack. I'm just over there celebrating, yes, because on one of them sacks, we had messed up the call completely. I'm over there like, thank you, Myles, because they did a motion from the other side. You know, motion messed up the defense.
Absolutely.
But then we end up going down, and Coop ran a route that they ran on me all week in practice. Like, you feel me? It was like a whip route to a go. So, like, you feel me? He, boom, goes, and comes back in, and then back to the go. Max protect, blurs him. Then David Njoku, you feel me? Well, no, not David Njoku. Nick Chubb runs it in for them. We win. But then turn? So I had like 6, 7 tackles. I'm just like, And in my head, I'm just like, you feel me? Like, when the moment came, he was prepared. I got the game ball. And I'm just like, you feel me? I'm just like, this is like, you feel me? This is live. Like when they did the little team meeting on Monday.
Right.
It was just like, you feel me? This is what it means when your opportunity comes. I'm just like, getting a little confident. You know, you make plays, you walk around the facility a little different.
Stand up a little taller,
you know what I'm saying? And then like the stat that made me feel good was I was part of, you feel me, history. Tom Brady and up by 10 points, or it was either 7 points or more. In the final 2 minutes, has never lost a game in his career. He was like 117-0. He ended up being 117-1. And I was like, I got to be part of that. Like, you feel me? And I got a picture. My sister ended up giving me the frame. Like, she blew it up.
Yeah.
It was like me lined up at nickel, and I'm looking at Tom Brady with Julio right in front of me. I was just
that's
like,
sick.
I was like, this is tough for real. Because, like, you feel me? It's like
that's
you
your childhood idols.
Like, you feel me? Like,
yeah.
I watched Julio at Bama. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I was on NCAA, like, throwing fades up to Julio, 99 speed. Like, you feel me? He was unstoppable, really, for real. Like, you feel me? Tom Brady, when I used to use Tom Brady, that was like my last resort. My dad would be beating me in Madden. I'd be like, you feel me? You're not about to beat Tom Brady. Like, it's Tom Brady for real. So it was just like, that little experience, and I'll just kind of say, like, my NFL experience really was just like take advantage of your opportunity, like, because at the end of the day, it's either go do one or two things, go help or hurt you. And so either show like, oof, this is why they say I don't belong, or this is why they say, like, you feel me, it's the reason why we keep them, right? And I'm gonna keep doing that, and I'm just happy this year. I'm healthy. I get a chance to have a training camp and go crazy, because if you give me a training camp, I'm gonna show you why I'm worth it for real.
TG, I love that. One last thing I want to ask is, like, being a defensive back, having that DB mindset, you're successful obviously when you break up the pass, when you get the interceptions, when you make the tackles, but you're immediately hated when you give up a fade, a deep ball, someone catches a slant and breaks.
Man,
how have you calloused your mind to have that next play mentality? Like, obviously you're going to be pissed.
Yeah.
But you can't let that ruin your game, because don't make one bad play turn into two and then
three.
Keep going.
Next thing you know, abusing you the whole game. Like,
so what do you do to, like, be like, all right, I just gotta rip this off like a Band-Aid right now?
Well, I kind of say it started like really like growing up. We moved a lot, so like, you feel me, like. It wasn't hard for me, not hard, but like to forget about like a friend, like kind of until like they came.
You come
back.
numb to it a little bit.
Yeah, so it's just like that was kind of thing. But like growing up, my dad always just told me, he was just like, he was the dad in the stands, or when he was coaching me, he was that dad that would be like, you feel me, like, don't you, like, he was like, don't you embarrass my name. Like, you feel me? Like, but like not in a bad way, just like, you feel me? Like, you're Graham. Like, you feel me? Like, he always instilled that in me and my sister. Like, don't you, like.
Well, you said it earlier. Like, there's a standard in certain locker rooms at like Oregon and other places you've been where like you have a standard to your life.
So in my head, I was always thinking, my sister, amazing. Like, you feel me? She can wait when she, even, you feel me? Not now, because she's not running track anymore, but like, she was that person that, like, to equivalent to football, she was that person that can just wake up like off the side of the bed and just give you, like, if she was a running back, give you 250. Like,
she's that
easy.
She
like, she was just
that.
What, national record, gold medal. Like, we go to JOs for track. I'm happy with my 1 gold. Like, you feel me, 3rd and 5th.
Yeah.
You feel me? She got 4 golds. So, like, you feel me? And she's not gonna be quiet about it. She bragging about it. Like, you feel me? Like, you feel
she
me?
ran track at SC.
Yeah, she did. And she ended up transferring to UNLV, broke the score record there. You feel me? So fun. But I know all her stats too. That's my, you feel me?
What she
was
run?
Like my idol. She run 100 hurdles. Her fastest time was 13 flat or 13:01. She's actually the assistant sprint coach at Sac State right now.
it.
So yeah, you feel me? Second year of being a coach, you feel me? Already, her
But
first.
she helped you out with the DB mentality. Is what you're saying.
What you feel me? Because it was just like it was always like I have to do enough to be better than her. You feel me? So like me making one interception in a game isn't enough. Like you feel me? Me making like you feel me? Like one tackle for loss, having a 10 tackle game, like that's not enough. Like she's coming in, week out, like breaking national records. So I was like, I have to do something to like be on her level. So like you feel me? So I was just like, pushed me? And like at times she'll be more like me and stuff like that. But like kind of once we got older, she was like it was like, I believe in you. Like you feel me? Go do it. Like kind of change the roles. Like, but it was just like always that mentality of like, you feel me? Like, and we all do it as a family. Like, you feel me? Like, I'll go to her before meet, and like she was like, "Ooh, I'm nervous, Tug." Like I remember calling her before a state meet her senior year, and I was like, she was like, "Tug, I'm nervous," and she was like, "But she's at the time, you feel me? She's number one in the nation. Right. She's trying to protect her undefeated season streak in the 100 hurdles and the 300 hurdles, and like she's trying to have the fastest double like since Joanna Hayes from Riverside County. So then you feel me? I told her, I was like, you feel me? I called her on the phone. I was at a 5-star challenge for camp football. I was like, you're Jasmine Graham. Right. You feel me? Like, you don't go out there and show them who the fuck you is. Like, you feel me? Like, and it's just like, that's kind of like how it's like always been. Like, if I'm going to be nervous before a game, I'm not calling nobody but her. Like, you feel me? I'm like, woo. And she was like, Tug, be serious right now. Like, you Thomas Graham. Yeah. Like, you feel me? Nobody's fucking with you. And like, that's just kind of like our mindset, and like you feel me, and jet revert into a DB on the field. Like I walk on that play and I step up. Yeah, you might get a catch. Like you feel me, Marshawn Lynch said it best. Like you go get yours, but you're like, I'm gonna get mine more than you get yours. Right. Like
you gotta have that swagger about you, bro.
Always. Like somebody, you go get God every once in a while.
That's part of the game, man.
They get paid too. Like you feel me. You got Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, DK. Like I can keep going on and on. Yeah. But like you feel me, if you feel me, you go in there, you feel me, and dominate, play in, play out, like. And then I love surrounding myself with DBs. I think the same way. Like Jalen, like, you feel me? You know Jalen. Like, bro, me and Jalen been going at it since high school. Like, you feel me? We was teammates for a year, but we've always, like, you feel me, have a friendly competition. But, like,
it's good. Iron sharpens iron.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, being around him is just like, he's probably one of the first people that I met, like, that really don't give a fuck. Like, him and Javon Holland, like, they don't care. Like, you feel me? They don't care how you feeling, they don't care how they feeling. They go get theirs. And you either go grind with them and get it with them, you feel me? Or you go get left behind. And, like, you feel me? At the time, he was my competition. So I'm like, you feel me? I'm not getting left behind. I'll go out there one game. I have a pick. You feel me? A couple tackles for loss. I'm like, ooh, I'm balling. I go, look, man, this man got a pick 6 against Stanford to the crib. Strapping J.J. take a wide side. Ain't nobody did it all year. Like, you feel me? Then he had another pick to close it on the same route. I'm just like, man, like, I thought I had a great game, bro. So it's just like, you feel me? Just stuff like that. Just surround yourself with people that want to have that same mission. Because then now, like I said earlier, that standard, like, is a different standard for real. Like,
TG, before I close it up, anything you want to say to bring the Deuce Nation? First of all, time out. I wish you the best. I wish you health, blessings, great success. Need a jersey eventually, bro.
Oh, no, you go get a jersey for sure.
Eventually. I might get to Cleveland.
We can do either Oregon or we can do Cleveland. You want Oregon?
No, bro.
Hey,
I played for Fresno State, bro. I can't have any Oregon shit up here, bro.
It's Oregon, you feel me? It's like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like our record against you guys is a lot to a little, but
I never played Oregon. I don't know.
You guys' conference championship team came to, you know, Eugene and got rammed. But, you know, all love to Eric Brooks. I love you, EB. I love you, Cam, Mike Bell, Juju. But,
yeah, you're a Fresno boy, low key, bro.
You know, I love you guys, but, you know what our Ducks do to you guys.
I don't know if I could do that. But seriously, I appreciate you coming on the show. Wish you the best. Wish you health. Wish you success this season. And I mean, thanks for sliding. Anything else you got?
No, nothing really. Just like, you feel me, enjoy each day. Like, you feel me, because you never know what can happen. You never know what people, what's the name. But if you don't live in the moment, you just living in the past or the future. And if you don't live in the moment, you feel me, you never get to enjoy what you have now.
Well said. I like that. Y'all make sure to follow TG on the gram. Leave us a 5-star review. Buy your merch. Come to the Bring the Juice event, the boxing match at Table Mountain Casino, July 15th. TG will be there. He'll be looking fly. Might be in the VIP section. We'll see what happens.
How many rounds do you think it's going to take before you get knocked out.
I'm not fucking fighting, bro.
Why not? Me and you,
We'll see.
they said we go get the main event.
If it's for the kids, it's for the kids. Come check it out. See who's getting faded up. But like I said, 5-star reviews. Follow TG on the gram. Buy some merch. And we'll see you next time.
Also, we might get Jalen and John out there for a brotherly matchup. So Frank's idea, but I just said something.
I condone it. We'll see you there.